What's cricket? Hey, you guys. I'm just gonna wait and see if some of you guys come in. This will be the second time going live today. I could have probably waited a little bit longer, but I'm going to take my dog for a walk. So I'm just come in and just say what I need to say. I'm still sweating, you guys. I'm always sweating, especially when I just be like running around. But I wanted to just talk to you guys today right now about if people should go to school in 2021. Um, yeah, so I'm just gonna wait for you guys to come in, see who pops in, see who don't pop in. I'm about to open up my laptop. The reason I made this video, the reason I'm going live with this particular video is basically because the last couple of lives I've had has been with a lot of surgical tech, sterile processing. That's probably what I'll go back and name this. Like, should you go to sterile processing school or should you be a surgical tech? A lot of people are thinking about what their plans are for 2021. And so I just wanted to come give my 2 cents. Hey, Jay Davis. Um, yeah, I wanted to just talk about if people should go to school in 2021. If they think it's if I think it's a good idea. A lot of people be asking me just stuff about surgical tech, and I'm not working as a surgical tech right now, and you'll see this happen a lot for surgical techs that's been in the game for a while. They'll either go back to nursing school or go to nursing school or go to school for something else altogether, especially if they've been in the game as long as I have. And so just to kind of just hot bread in, me personally, for myself, this is a question that you're gonna have to kind of weigh your options. So, would I go to school in 2021 for surgical tech? No. And I wouldn't, because I have other skill sets that would provide me with the income that I would need to make as a surgical tech. So, if you're thinking about going to surgical tech or even sterile processing school, this is what you need to look at. Like, okay, am I gonna do it for how long am I gonna be in this profession? How much is it gonna cost me? And then weigh those options. But like I say, for me, is I wouldn't go to surgical tech school because there's so many ways to make money without going back to school right now and getting into debt that you're gonna have to pay off when you get done with school. And it's just gonna add to the stress of working. So it is, but too, like if you feel that you don't have anything else to do and you just need, some type of profession to get out of your situation, then you could go to school. But I don't think school is the answer when it really boils down to it. A lot of people go to school, surgical tech school, and don't work as a surgical tech. What all is wait a minute, hold on. I can't stand when I can't see it. It said AWS is a good one. I'm looking into that one. So I don't know what AWS is. J Davis. I don't know what that is. But I wouldn't me personally for 2021, what I would do is look at any type of certification, any type of certificate, something that you can get fast. I'm not a person that's going to tell you to be in school for 2 years. I'm not going to tell you to go to school for a year, because I've been in situations and I know that there's so many other ways for you to make money outside of going to school and putting that type of stress on you. But if you're young and you're not like an entrepreneur type person, because that is something that you need to take into consideration. Like, am I an entrepreneur? Am I going to get up and, grind harder for myself? And that's just something you're gonna have to figure out for yourself. Like, can you do it without going to work? A lot of people want to go to work. A lot of people, hey Queen, a lot of people go to work. I came on this morning, I was all by myself. Oh, it's an Amazon web server certificate. I don't know about that one. Thank you for the like, whoever that is. If you guys come in here, like it for me, because it does help with the YouTube algorithm. Um, but yeah, you guys. So back to what I was saying. I just need. I do know that a lot of people aren't in this entrepreneur mind frame or willing to. Sorry, I watched this. Yeah, I got up and then I was like, I got up real early this morning too. It was like 5 o'clock, but I had some other stuff to do, and then I was like, okay, I'm ready for the video now. And I really was just trying to wait for whatever type of message was gonna come in, because the morning I'm definitely more spiritual and just trying to connect with source. So that's what this morning and most of my morning videos, I'm gonna start doing morning lives, because even if nobody's on there, the videos still go up, and at least that's one video done for me for today, for that day. But back to what I was saying, as far as going to school, I just think people have to take more time to think about why they're going to school. So if you're trying to better yourself, you can better yourself without going to school. What's Rocket doing in the background? Girl, Rocket, he always be like in the mix. Rocket just he always in the mix. He's somewhere over there now. But yeah, so I just wanted to talk to you guys because I know a lot of people ask about going to school, and I think the question is not so much should you go to school for surgical tech or should you go to school for sterile processing. I think the question is like, what's your goal? Like, what is your end game? What's the point of you going to school? Why do you want to go to school? Do you want to go to school because you just want to do surgery? Do you want to go to sterile processing school because you want to learn instruments and work with instruments? Like, what's the point if you don't genuinely have an interest in being a sterile processor because you're interested in instruments, or you like don't really care to be you want to be a surgical tech because, or you don't want to really be a surgical tech, you just want the money, then it's other ways to make the same amount of money without putting yourself into student loan debt and without having to go to school. Because even if you get into the surgical tech program, you still have to get a job, which is not hard because surgical tech is a underpaid, or not underpaid, understaffed job. It's like with any medical field job. But I can say this because I've been in it for a while now. I haven't been in a position as an adult where I had to figure out what to do with myself as far as a career go, because I already had the medical background from being in the military. But now I'm 37 now, so when I hear people, I'm like, well, why do you want to be a surgical tech? Because really, the money that they're making, you can make doing something. You can come up with your own product to sell and sell your product on Facebook to people and make the same amount of money. It's just gonna require more hustle. So if you're not really trying to like hustle and put in that kind of work, then probably going to get a job is something that you should consider. And I wouldn't just go get any job. So then yeah, you may have to go get some type of certification or some schooling for that. But I don't necessarily think school is the answer. Like, I just think people really need to sit down and say, these are what skills I have, and take them skills and go and apply it into something like some type of business, some type of I say business because that's just how I think. Now I know I have friends that aren't entrepreneurs, and they're all about going to work, and having a salary and having an income coming on a regular basis, and that's great. But that still leaves you in a little vulnerable position, because if you get hurt, then you can't go to work, and you will get workman's comp. But I done heard so many horror stories about workman's comp. I just heard one recently where somebody actually ended up contracting COVID, and they having a problem with trying to get workman's comp. Like, where else did they get COVID from besides in this hospital? And now they have to not only deal with being sick, now you ain't even got no money coming in. And so that's another reason too why I would be careful about being a surgical tech. This doesn't so much apply for sterile processing, but you are in like a situation where you may get stuck with a needle. And this is, I mean, I'm not saying this doesn't, I've never been stuck, but I do know people that have been stuck by needles before. And it's just a high, that it's kind of dangerous. It can be dangerous, I guess, or you can get hurt. And so you got to be careful when it comes down to being in the OR. And at this point in my life, I'm just like, it's not worth it for me to go to go to school to be a surgical tech. Like, it's just, I think you can go do other things. And that's why you see me kind of not talking about surgical tech no more on the channel. I'm just talking about it because you guys be asking about it, but I need you to understand that surgical tech ain't the answer. Like, you might end up having to go back to school. And so then if you decide that the amount of money that you're making as a surgical tech isn't enough, then hold on, wait a minute. If the amount of money you're making isn't enough, you may end up having to go back to school to be a nurse. Queen say, I definitely want to step into the medical field to help people, but I in the background. That's why I think sterile processing would be good. I can learn the instruments and start my own biz around it. Yeah, I tell people, if you can be a sterile processor without going to school, I say do that. I say do whatever you can do that does not require you to put yourself in debt. Because what people don't realize is if you go to school and now you making this money. I think I said this in one of my other videos, but you start making more money, but you still got a couple of $1,000 worth of debt. Then you're gonna go get a car because you're making more money now, and you probably gonna go get another apartment or something like that. So now you just created a situation where you can't quit, because now you got all these bills and you got to stay there. And the way when I went to cosmetology school, when I went to surgical tech school, when I was in the Navy, that was something that we did to get, like, I went to the Navy to get out of Jacksonville to make sure that I had, a career that I could go into, a job, I should say, because at the time I knew I wasn't going to stay in the Navy, but I was just ready to go to work. And it just so happened that I fell into surgical tech. But the truth is, I definitely wouldn't have looked at going as being a surgical tech at, like, because I got out of Navy at 25. I wouldn't have been 20 or 24. I wouldn't have went to surgical tech school, honestly. And I definitely wouldn't have went for 2 years, because that I could have just went to school to be a nurse. So if you I'm not saying anything bad with going to school or anything like that. I'm just saying back then that's what you did because that's what was available to you. Now there's so many different options that there's no reason to put yourself in the medical field unless you just really like want to be in the medical field. And the medical field in most cases is very hard on your body. You're going to be walking, you're going to be standing up. A lot of nurses and surgical techs and medical professionals have back problems. I'm not saying it's not worth it, you guys. I'm just saying take the time out to honestly think about what the point is. If you're just trying to make money, you don't have to go to school to make money. You can make money outside of school. It's so many, like, you could just go on YouTube and start looking up different ways that you can make money today. And honestly, it's people making 4 or 5 times what doctors and anesthesiologists are making, and they at home working on their laptop selling, hair products or garden shed tools. Like, they just selling stuff that they know about. They're turning their hobbies into businesses. And that's what I would suggest. Turn your passion, do something that you enjoy. People really don't like enjoy being, some people like being a nurse, and that depends on what their job is, but I haven't met a whole bunch of people that really like enjoy being a surgical tech at the beginning. It take a while. Once you get into your groove and you may get to a place where you like to work at, that's fine. But most people are just doing it because it pays the bills. And there's other ways to pay the bills that are more enjoyable and that you can, spend time with your family. Because being in the hospital after you graduate from or I keep wanting to say cosmetology school, after you graduate from surgical tech school or sterile processing school, then you go to work and you're at work a lot. You know what I'm saying? You're at work early in the morning, then you got to rush home, and it's just like a rat race. And I just think people should like expand how they're thinking and not hop into the rat race, because it's not necessary anymore. And I know it's comforting, it's comfortable, or not comfortable. It's easier to hop into going to school. Like, this is what our our grandparents and parents, and that's what they were taught. Go to school, work hard, work until you're 65, get your I think Amazon pulling up on me. Get you a a retirement, your social security, and then wait until you're 70, 65, 70, and then go enjoy life. That's not how it's set up anymore. And the truth is that way of thinking is like an older way of thinking. And I catch myself in this mind frame too sometimes. But I don't suggest people go to school I mean, you can pay if you can pay for it. I think yeah. I think if you can pay out of pocket for it, and you know that this is something that you want to do, this is your calling, this is your life's purpose, then yeah, by all means, go be a surgical tech. But most people aren't going to surgical tech school because that's their calling and that's their life purpose. It's to get, it's a means to an end. It's a way to get from where they're at to a better place, right? And so I just wanted to come talk to you guys about that because I know the last couple of lives, people want to know, and even just in my inbox, like, should I take this? Should I do this, or should I go to this program, or should I not? And the truth is, you kind of have to sit down and look at it for yourself. Like, what's the purpose? You trying to make $50,000? You trying to make $60,000 a year? Great. Can you do that as a surgical tech? You can make about $60,000 to $70,000 a year for sure. It's not a problem. Hey Shan. Hey Queen, how you doing? So yeah, I think I just got sidetracked just that fast. But I do think we have to take into consideration what the point is of you deciding to go to school. If you're just trying to get your family into a better situation, you're trying to, increase your income. If that's what you're trying to do, there's ways to do that without going to school. School is I would use school as like a backup plan in 2021. Like that would be, if I turn 40 and I'm still, well, maybe don't wait till you 40, but if you, it depends on how old you are. But if you're younger, then go ahead and take the risk while you're young. Like take as many risks as you can, because by the time you in your 30s, like your risk, you can't keep taking some of these risks. You're gonna have to kind of figure something out if you haven't figured it out by like 35, 40. But I would definitely consider why you thinking about going to school. Like, what do you need to go to school for? Are you just going to school because you want to prove to people that you can do it? You can do something. You can go out and start cutting grass if you want to cut grass, or being a lawn architect, I think is what they call it, a yard architect or whatever, where you design people's gardens, and you don't have to go to school for that. Like, it's things that you can do that you can make a ton of money doing, and you don't have to go to school for it. I think we have to understand as people, there's more options than what there's more options now, sorry guys, than what it was before. Like, back in the day, this is all people knew. Either you go to school or you go to the military. Like, those were the options, especially in certain classes, working class, certain cultures, like being black. Either you go to school or you go to, well, not just being black, but if you go to school or you go to the military. I chose to go to the military, and the military ended up sending me to school. But the thing is, I wouldn't now, 2020 going into 2021, I wouldn't go to the military. I wouldn't go to school now. The military is a little bit different. I say don't go to the military, but the thing is, you can retire if in the military in 20 years and still get a check. So if you're looking to retire, if that's something that you feel like you should do, like it's more secure for you and it's more comfortable to you to go ahead and have like some kind of pension or something like that, go to the military, serve a couple of years. You can retire in 20 years. If you're 18, you'll be done at 38. You got still, a whole lifetime to live. So the military is not all bad, but the whole point of people going to the military, going to school, is to create a income to live a comfortable life. And do you need to go to school to create a comfortable life right now? No, you don't. You can create a comfortable life right here with this laptop, right here with your phone. You just got to have the drive to do it. And a lot of people don't have that drive. Like, a lot of people want it easy. Easy. It's easy to go to work for other people because everything is already done for you. Like, it's already, you go to work, this is what you need to do. You're going to get paid for however many hours you work, and you're going to go home, and then the next day you can repeat it. Being an entrepreneur is not like that. You're going to have to come up with ways to figure stuff out on your own. You're going to have to be more of a self-starter. You're going to have to figure out on your own how to do some of this stuff. And so I just want us to really think about, why are you going to school? My suggestion is, depending on where you're at in life and what you got going on, I probably would, if I'm young, I'm trying with the 37-year-old brain that I have, if I was able to take my brain right now and go back to 18, well, I would have to go back to 17 because I went to the military at 17. So I would like, no, girl, let's go out here and start let's go to cosmetologist where I would have went and got my braiding license. If you can braid, instead of going to cosmetology school, go get your braid license. People pay you, you can pay somebody $100, $200 maybe to get your braid license. Then you have a license and you can work doing sewing, even though, yeah, you can sew in, braid, and all that stuff. You just can't do no chemicals with a braid and license. So don't go. You don't have to go to cosmetology school. Like I went to cosmetology school. It was paid for. I was getting like the military is paying me monthly to go, so it made sense. But if I would have went at 17, I would have just paid $200 and got me some braid and license and went and been whamming out of somebody's shop, and nobody would have known the difference. It's not like people are going around saying, "Oh, you got a braid and license, you shouldn't be, sewing their hair or nothing like that." It's not like that. So I would think about something that you can do. One of my homeboys, he doing pressure washing, you guys. Ain't no certification required in pressure washing. He went and bought a pressure washer and started knocking on people's doors and pressure washing like people driveways. And now he do I think he do windows as well, and he making $25,000 to $3,000 a week on his own time. Now he has a specific niche that he's in like a higher end, he's working with higher end like residents, so he can make that. But it's so many things out here that you can do that don't require you to go to school. I keep wanting to say cosmetology school. You guys hit the like button for me when you come in, just so we can tell YouTube that I ain't on no BS. The algorithm, if you don't like it, then they don't show your videos to other people. But so yeah, I just wanted to come talk to you guys. Do you guys have any questions? I see it's about 5 of y'all in here. How do you feel about school? Like, are y'all going to school in 2021? What y'all got going on? Y'all gonna talk to me or not? I'm gonna talk to myself. I don't mind talking to myself. Like, I have great conversations with myself. Do y'all be having conversations with yourself? That make you crazy or not? Because I don't think I'm crazy, but I do be having conversations with myself. Like right now. Well, since y'all not gonna ask me no questions, I'm gonna just keep talking. But if you do think going to school is something that is positive, then you have to do that for yourself. But at the same time, like I say, in 2021, you can write an ebook on how what type of dog shampoo you should use, or how to make homemade dog shampoo. Like, it's just so many things that you can do. Think about what you know how to do already. Do you know how to put jewelry? Do you know how to make jewelry? Do you know how to, make clothes? Do you know how to crochet? Like my mom crocheted this blanket right here. Like this. My mom crocheted that blanket. Can you do something like that? Are you artsy? Are you crafty? Sorry guys, hold on. I just messed up my little setup here. All right, there you go. Yeah, are you crafty? Can you repair things? Can you paint? What can you do? Think about the God-given talents that you have. I love Etsy. I love Etsy. Let me tell you something. You can make I call myself not gonna be drinking no more, but you can take a wine bottle. I seen this on Etsy. I seen it on YouTube, but the girl posted it on Etsy. You can take a wine bottle and paint it, and you can turn you can stick a candlestick on it and turn it into like a candle holder. Like, people be doing all kind of stuff. You just got to think outside the box. I just don't think people are really aware that you can make a living doing things that you like to do. You don't have to go do stuff that you don't enjoy doing. I didn't enjoy getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning, guys. I don't. Not even 6 o'clock. 5 something to go somewhere to be there at 6 o'clock. I don't like that. And it's cold now. So now I got to get out of my bed and get in this cold behind weather and go deal with people that halfway don't really like me, or they got problems, or they might like me, because there's some coworkers that do like you. But at the end of the day, me working at somebody's hospital is a stepping stone. Like, it was a stepping stone. That's not the goal. Like, that shouldn't be your goal. Hold on, I missed some. Hey Christopher Johnson, I'm holding off because I just finished up LP in school and I hate it online. I'm going to hold off before going back to RN school. Yeah, and honestly, Chris, like, that you, even if you're done with LPN school, you can go online and start tutoring LPNs. It's like you don't even have to go work as an LPN if you don't want to these days, because you've already went to school and gotten that knowledge. Just start giving it back, but you can give back in your own way. You don't have to go out here and like be working all day at these people jobs. They only want to give you a certain amount of money. Now, granted, price pay has went up in the medical field with the virus being, with this pandemic. But you got to think about it. Like, if they paying us more money, why they paying us more money? Because it's more of a risk. Like you at risk now. Like, this is a high risk. They should be paying hazard duty pay. Is really what they should be paying, but they're not. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to scare nobody. That's not it. I'm just being 100. Like, it's hazardous to be in these hospitals right now. You got to be careful. Like, and I feel you with the online thing. Like, I mean, I enjoy online, so I probably would like having an online class better, but it is more work. So yeah, but I would definitely, Queen, I would definitely put something on Etsy. But all you got to do is start, like, if you thinking about going to school, before you hop into that, before you go, get these student loans, because most people ain't got enough money to just pay for the whole program. Before you hop into getting a student loan, I dare you to invest in yourself and take the time out and just say, I'm going to put for like a 30 days of like whatever type of skill you have and post it online. I don't care if it's just on YouTube, on your Facebook page, on Instagram, whatever, and start trying to sell the stuff. If you got stuff in your house you want to sell, you can sell that too, but I would start trying to sell my knowledge. I would definitely try to start and like leveraging what you know. I like surgical tech. Really, I should have been already had a whole nother surgical tech channel for you guys, but I'm not really, because the people that are asking me for help are mostly people that aren't even a surgical tech yet. Like, it may be a handful of people that may want, some more information on how to study for the surgical tech exam, but most people are thinking like, do I go to surgical tech school? Do I go to sorry, I'm hot, y'all. Do I go to school in general? And I'm gonna say no. For 2021, if you want to make $50,000, it's a billion ways that you can make $50,000 without putting yourself into that type of student loan debt. It's just easier to go to school because that's what we've been taught to do for so long. Everybody think, oh, when I get done, I'm gonna go to school one day, and it's great, but it's a whole bunch of people right now with degrees ain't got no job. What's the point? They done spent all this money, thousands of dollars, ain't got no job, or thousands of dollars making $30,000 a year. Which $30,000 is okay money, but if they done spent $100,000 to go to school, it wasn't worth it. So they still got to end up pivoting and hustling to actually make that degree do something for them. You know what I'm saying? Unless they just lazy and just gonna let it sit there. So I just want people to think, because I know it's so easy to say, okay, I want to be from this situation that I'm in. I want to get out of this situation. Great, get out of it. You shouldn't be struggling. Don't nobody want to struggle. You can't even think straight when I was broke and I was like struggling. Y'all couldn't think straight. My thought process was not accurate. Like, I was making decisions out of lack, out of, just struggle. And it took a mind shift. It took a shift in my head. I was like, I shouldn't be struggling. I got this laptop, I got internet. This was a long time. Well, like 7 years ago. And so y'all be looking out the window, making sure that the people ain't finna come repossess my car. Like, this shit is real over here. So I can speak to you because I already know what it's like. But I had to change the way I was thinking. I could have easily went back to school for nursing. Like, the Navy, I had enough money to go. I had enough of my GI Bill benefit left to go to nursing school, even after cosmetology school. And I was just like, I'm already a cosmetologist. I'm already a surgical tech. So school ain't it. School ain't the problem. It was my mindset. So it don't even matter. Like, you can go to school, you could go be a surgical tech, but you still got to figure out, like, why did you even go to surgical tech school? Why do you want to become a sterile processor? Like, what is it about that career that's making you choose that? If it is the money, I say go do something that you enjoy doing. Go start planting. You can turn your whole room into a microgreen room right now. Like that's something that's on my list for 2021. If you don't know about microgreens, you can YouTube them. But microgreens is just the plant. You don't let the plant grow the whole way. You just kind of cut them or you eat them where they're at when they're like small little babies. And it's restaurants and chefs that's paying buku money, and you can turn a room into a garden. Like it ain't a garden, but you know, like they doing micro it's a micro green farm. And so you just have like shelves, and then you'll put some grow lights and stuff. It's just so many different ways that you can make money out here right now. You just got to just say, I'm gonna do it this way. I'm not gonna go get in debt. The American dream is to put you in debt. Like you're gonna have student loan debt, you're gonna have a car loan, and you're gonna have a mortgage. It's all debt. So now you are trapped at work, right? It starts with school. It's a mind thing. Like this is how America works. And I'm not like I kind of love America, like it's a love-hate relationship because I'm from here. But the American dream is like kind of messed up when you look at it, or the way that it's set up for us, because now you got to go to work, and then all these loans come with interest, so you paying even more for it. Trade schools, let me tell you, I like some trade schools. You got to be careful because they still be in this private school kind of category, so they're gonna charge you more. They're gonna charge you more. But if you could go somewhere, like go be a truck driver, shit like that, that should be quick. You know, like go do something that's gonna be quick that you can like turn around within a month. If you got to go somewhere to get certified, and it's gonna take you a year to get certified, and you got to borrow money to get certified to do it, or you got to, you know, go get a student loan to go to school to do whatever this is. I'm just saying 2021 might not be it. Hey Area. Hey Area, welcome. Welcome Area. This would probably be good for you too. But yeah, I would just really consider finding something else, finding something that I like to do. Cause it's only like your happiness, you guys, is priceless. It took me, it took me probably a good 3 years to get the courage up. Like first I had to say, okay, yeah, I can do this by myself. Yes, I can do this without going to work. And then it was like, okay, well, I want to change what kind of work. At first my mind was like, go traveling, because then that's like you kind of in control of your own, you know, pay a little bit more, I get more money, and then I can say I'm only going to work 6 months out of the year. But even working 6 months out of the year, I had to go to another state. So I was without my son. Even if I did have my son with me, he was going to have to be in school while I was at work. And then I'm physically and mentally tired at the end of the day. Like it just didn't end up being what I needed. Like my life is way simpler now, you guys, but I have to work harder for myself. So, sorry guys. I just read on how to become a certified. I understand it, Kiara. Okay, good. Yeah, I want you to think about it. But I want listen to this too. Like listen to it. I heard you heard me. I understand. I can't even trust my parents. We gonna get into that. I'm gonna make a video about like self-care, self-love. I think that's what you need more than like, don't worry about your parents, because most of us, our parents done did stuff to us that kind of screwed us up anyway. And I love my parents for screwing me up a little bit. You know, they did what they could do, but we all have our own challenges and things, including our parents. So your parents probably just doing the best that they can do, and you're just gonna have to take it for what it is. Okay. Well, you have to think about what kind of major. Sorry, guys, people emailing me. You have to think about your major. You could just That's just something you're gonna have to really like sit down and think about. Like, why do you want to go to school? What like you? That's what this video is about. Like, what's the point of you going to school? And I think Ariel, you're just trying to get into a better situation. But if you can sit here and like clear your mind and figure out a way that you can get out of the situation you're in without going to school, I think that'll benefit you better, because at the end of it, you won't have no student loan debt. Now you're young enough that you can go to school if you want to, but I just think you have to be careful with the school, especially when it's CRNA, because that's gonna be a whole lot of student loan debt. I mean, either pre nursing or pre med take 2 years. Yeah. Um, I don't know, area, because like this video is more based on me kind of getting people to think outside of going to school. Like, school ain't the only answer for success. And because we've been taught that for so many years, it's hard for people to understand that you don't have to go to school to be successful. And now, if you want to go be a CRNA, you got to go to school. If you want to be a nurse, you got to go to school, because that's what's required in that profession. But if you're going to school, nursing school, because you want to make nursing pay, if it's based off of the money, I say hustle. I say, if you're a Black woman, you should be selling hair. If you wear hair extensions, if you wear eyelashes, I say you should be wearing. I think for one, yeah, I said it right. If you're a Black woman and you got hair extensions in, you need to be selling hair extensions. I think if you wear makeup, you need to be wearing If you good, I don't care if you Black or not. If you can wear makeup, if you're a dude and you can be the face, go be the face. Like, do that and sell the makeup products. Do that. Like, you're gonna have way more. I have way more fun doing what I enjoy doing than I did going into the operating room. As much as I enjoyed going into the operating room, like, I enjoyed being there for people, and being a person that the doctors can rely on to make sure that the room is ready, and like being on top of my game, knowing what's going on. I enjoyed that. I fed off of the doctors, like, knowing that I was somebody that was dependable, that knew her shit. Like, I enjoyed that. But the truth is, I enjoy waking up in the morning and making my son pancakes way more, way more than I enjoy going to work. I enjoy walking my dog way more than I enjoy, making sure that Dr. Smith's preference card is correct. And I'm just gonna be 100 with you guys. Like, it's nothing wrong with going to school, but I just know that it's a mindset. Like, it's a way that we think. We've been taught to think like this. I almost set my son up for this. Like, had I not got my mind right faster, or had it taken me longer, I probably would have been telling him, like, you got to go to school or go to the military. But I know that school and the military is not what is getting. People aren't happy. People are miserable. People aren't happy. And if more people did what they enjoyed doing and figured out how to get paid for it, and it's so easy. You can go on PayPal right now, create a link, and create a product, and then attach the link to whatever product or service. If you got knowledge in some, people will pay you for your knowledge. If you're like, it don't matter what, you can be a coach. You can teach people, tell people stuff, and they'll pay you for it. You can write an ebook in Word, or if you got a MacBook, I don't know what it is in Mac, but if you can do or Google Docs, you can go write an ebook in Google Docs and start selling it on Facebook to your friends and family members, and then they'll just start sharing it. Or you can put it on Amazon, and because Amazon has Kindle, so you can put it in the Amazon bookstore, and boom, it don't cost you nothing to put it in Amazon. Now, when you start making money, they take a commission, but it's still free. Like, you can put it in there, and everybody if you ain't got Audible or Kindle, like, where you at? So everybody I'm an Audible type person because I want to listen and do other things, but I also like Kindle if I want to read and study. So write a book on something. If you're a dad, write a book on being a dad. Write a book on the struggles of being a provider in 2021. Like, talk to people. Tell us your story. We want to know, because it helps. Like, my story gonna help you. Your story gonna help me. That's just how life is. And going to school, like, going back to that, going to school, it's not going to take you, let me see how to say, you can still enjoy your life. I'm not going to say going to school going to make your life miserable. But what I am going to say is going to school is not, it's a net in here. Going to school is not going to going to school to be a surgical tech or anything like that is not going to make you happy. Do what makes you happy and figure out a way to get paid for that. Like, that's how it goes. It's not, I'm going to go to work and then I'm going to be happy because now I'm making more money. That's not how it works. Like, it's people that's making millions of dollars and they just unhappy because they're doing they're doing stuff that doesn't make them happy. Like, for me, I don't want to go and I don't want to be a hairstylist and Smart Styles. That's not going to make me happy. But being a hairstylist and doing hair when I feel like it, I enjoy that. So if I do hair when I feel like it, that makes me a more pleasant person to my clients. And then if I go out and I work in my garden, this is how it works here for me. I'll do some hair, and then they'll come up, and then they might end up buying something out of my garden. And so I did some hair, and they bought some stuff out of my garden. And then they hit me up like, "Can I buy this from you? Can I buy some more aloe from you?" I'm doing everything that I love, and I've learned how to monetize it. If some people call it hustling, I guess that's okay way to say it, but it's just me enjoying my life. And once you learn how to monetize something, then boom, go do something else. You know how to make curtains? Make us some curtains, girl, and show. You can either make curtains and sell them, or you can show people how to make the curtains. It's like it's more than one way to do it. You can do it and sell the product, or you can show other people how you do it and sell that as a product. But I don't think we should be looking at school as a way to to save us from being broke or to get out of poverty or anything like that. I think school is definitely a tool that is available to you, but it is not the only tool. And like I say, these days you can sell other people products. You guys, I made a video earlier today on some online businesses that you can do for 2021. And I think people should really think outside the box. Get outside the box. Like Queen said, hop on Etsy. Sell, you can sell, y'all be buying candles, like I buy crystals and stuff like this. You can buy these by the bulk. And people like me will buy them. You know what I'm saying? You can sell, what else I got in here? I mean, shoot. I like this law of attraction journal, right? You can make your own journal. Sorry, guys. You can make your, did it mess it up? You can make your own journal, or you can, if I wanted to, I could sell this journal. Even though it's not mine, I could sell this journal for this company and still make money. I like this journal, so I want to sell it, right? I like this sweater. Maybe I bought this sweater from a girl from a shop on Amazon. I can go and send you guys to Amazon, and every time y'all purchase this sweater from my link, I get a commission. That's why I want people to understand, like, you don't have to go to school to make $40,000 or $50,000 a year. You're 60,000, 70,000. You just gotta hustle. And I think hustling would be a better way than going to school, because at least with hustling, it'll prepare you. You'll be more prepared to pivot. Like if you go to school for surgical tech, and let's just say you break your leg or you get hurt or you have a baby or whatever, and you got to be out of work for a certain amount of time. Now you ain't making no money. It takes, hold on, y'all, I'm reading this. I mean, the steps for me is to become an RN who specializes in critical care and then go into a bridge. Yeah, I mean, I think that's just something you're gonna have to, that you can do, Area. I think you can do it. I think you just got to know that you can do it. I just, excuse me, think too that before you decide to hop into school to prepare yourself for life, maybe do something on the side. Like maybe start selling eyelashes, start selling nail polish, lip gloss. I don't care. Sell scarves, sell hats, sell something. So you can get into that habit of doing, like, grinding, creating your own way of living. And then when you do that, even if you have a job, your mindset, the way that you behave changes, you guys. When I started making money outside of the OR, I started going to work. Shit, like I was like, oh, I don't need to be on the schedule, because I was already PRN. So I went from like full time. I worked full time like once or twice. I would go full time, and then when I became a cosmetologist, I started doing PRN, because then I could do hair, and I was having more fun doing hair. And then I was making cash. What y'all know about cash? It's king. Cash is king, honey. I always want cash. And if you're doing hair, if you can cut hair, if it's some guys on here that can cut hair, if you're a guy, you got a beard, go on Amazon and find beard care products and start cleaning up your beard on camera in the morning. Like do a live in the morning where you just like, combing your beard and you moisturizing your beard, and drop a link to your products and watch people start buying it. Especially if you got a good looking beard. Y'all know how the men out there, their beards be looking all full and like that Ross, that rose beard. I love it. I love a beard. Like I love a clean, like put together beard. Even the I watched Minority Mindset on here, Just Preet Singh. I hope I said his name right. He got a beard. If I had a beard like his, or if my husband had a beard, honey, we'd be making all type of beard money. You know what I'm saying? I have a comb. I get that comb. I put some moisturizer on it for him. And we'll be selling beard products to y'all. That's what I want people to start thinking about doing. Like, it don't have, and this could be on the side. It don't have to be your main job. You could do this working at McDonald's. You could do this working at wherever you're at right now. I just went as a 37-year-old woman. I'm like almost, middle age. I'm almost middle age. So my mindset is happiness, not money. You need money to live, but money don't make you happy. So if money don't make you happy, then you need to do what's gonna make you happy, and then the money, just let the money follow you. But do stuff that you enjoy doing. Like if you bald, even if you're bald headed, like start putting like whatever you put shea butter on your head, put a little logo and say shea butter for bald heads. People will buy it. People will buy it, especially if your bald head look good. It doesn't really matter. If you believe in it and you selling it, other people are believing it. You just got to make sure this is not something you just selling people just to be trying to get their money. Like it's something that you really need to enjoy and to think. I think other people would enjoy this too. Girl, you look. Wait a minute. It say, girl, you look good. Thank you, honey. I don't know about today with these little, y'all know. So if y'all don't know, I've stopped wearing hair extensions. So that's what's going on. I'm trying to embrace more of the naturalness. When you start hitting certain ages, you start wondering like, why am I putting on these eyelashes just to go to Walmart? Like, come on now. I ain't doing that for Walmart. If I do it, it's gonna be just because I want to do it. But yeah, thank you though, Queen. Thank you, I appreciate it. That's that melanin, girl, honey. Good genes. That's all I can say about that. But I just want us to think outside the box. It's just so easy for people to just like go to school. I want to kill this gnat in here. I left my dog be like leaving the door open and little gnats be coming in. But it's cold outside today, so they should be dying here shortly. I hope I can't stand like flies and stuff. I can't wait for them to die off. But I say that, but then they be like helping me in the garden. So, but anyways, back to going to school and just thinking outside of the box, you guys. Like school is not bad. I'm not like anti-school. I think school should be the safety net. I think school should be your plan B, C, D, F. You know what I'm saying? If you get kids, especially if you have like kids and you're trying to be in the medical field, I mean, it's doable. I'm not saying it's not doable, but you just gonna be at work. And I found it more enjoyable, my life to be more enjoyable with my kid, like being able to hang out with my son. Like once I was a cosmetologist and a surgical tech, I was able to go on field trips. Like I remember one time wanting to take my son on a field trip, couldn't take my son on a field trip because I ain't had nobody to take my I had to work and wasn't nobody like pick my shift up for me. It's just that type of stuff was weighing on me. Like I want to be there at my son's, field trips. I don't want to have to ask my mama to do that. I want to fix my son breakfast in the morning. I want to, do all of that stuff. Like this is the stuff that I enjoy doing. So if you don't want to be that parent, then go to work and go to school, and then put yourself in this situation where you got to be to work. Because that's how I feel about school. Like I said, that's how I feel about student loans and car notes and mortgages. If you go to school, let's just say you go to surgical tech school, you start making $50,000, you're gonna start spending more money, I guarantee you. And and then you still got a student loan debt, so you got to pay that, but that's only about $30 a month. So you like, I got that. You're gonna go get this 2021 car, student car loan. That's about $500 a month plus the insurance and all that. So we at about $700 just for the car. And then you get a mortgage, it's about $1,500, right? Depending on where you stay at. And now, guess what? You have to go to work. And then, Lord forbid, something happens to you. And now you can't pay for none of this shit. So now they're coming back for the car. You got to avoid people coming to, like, kick you out the house, the mortgage company and all that. So now you got a foreclosure on your credit, a repo on your credit. And they about to garnish your wages because you ain't been paying your student loan debt. I'm not saying this is going to happen to you. I'm just saying that there is a possibility that this could happen to you. And the thing is, people get hurt. People get sick. Life happens. What if your kid gets sick? What if you don't get sick, your kid gets sick? And then you got FMLA, but your bills is more than your FMLA. Then what happened? Then you got to come up with a way to cover it, but your baby in the hospital. So can you go get another job? Not really. So this is just how I think, you guys. I think if we think outside of going to school, then a lot of us will be better. And like I was saying too, it does create a different type of skill. Like if you working for yourself, you think about the money that's coming in, the money that's going out. Like you're a little more aware or cautious. I don't know which word it is, but you're a little more aware of your behaviors. When you got money coming in every week or every 2 weeks, you just be doing shit. And you like, oh, cause you already know that you're gonna go to work, you're gonna work 40 hours, you're gonna get paid in a couple of weeks. You like people be prepared, like they live paycheck to paycheck. So this is what we do. But when you're an entrepreneur, you have to budget because you don't know when your money gonna come in again. Like I'm serious. So you budget a little bit better, but when the money do come in, not only are you more satisfied because it came in on your time, it came in, you know, you ain't have to have no babysitter. I remember when I stopped needing a babysitter, you guys, and I was just so happy because I would have to take my son somewhere and have them like watch him and then have to go back and pick him up. And it was just like, you know, it didn't sit well with me. So I just, my opinion with my experience, this 37 years I've been on this earth, I say, if you can be an entrepreneur, if you can go start your own business, if you can start a side hustle, I say go do that instead of going to school in 2021. That's what I say. I say there's too many people around here that's got degrees, that don't have no jobs, and ain't got no hustle, and they sitting around here waiting for stimulus checks. I think school, it can be a good thing. I'm not, because I don't want people to feel like, oh, she anti-school, because well, I don't care what you think, but I'm just saying I'm not anti-school. I just think it doesn't really prepare you for life. Like it really doesn't give you the full like what you need, because you still need to be hungry enough. Like once you go to school and you get your job and you get comfortable at your job and everything going great, then your guard is down and you're not really prepared for what might happen. But if you out here and you all about hustling, you've been hustling the whole time, even while you in school, you can go to school and hustle. I advise you, if you're going to go to school, to hustle while you're in school. Do somebody's hair, you know, not go get a job hustle. I mean, like hustle your own business. Like if you can write music, if you can write poems, if you can draw, if you can make candles, I don't care what you can do. Make little figurines out of like sugar. I don't know. Just do stuff that you enjoy doing, that you find, you know, fulfilling. And then make money off of that. Go put it on Etsy. Go do Mercari. Go sell some stuff on Mercari. Go sell stuff on Amazon. Just think outside of going to school. I don't think school is the answer. I don't think school in 2021 is the answer. I really don't think that, you guys. And like I say, I only say this because now it's people making money doing all type of stuff that don't require you to go to school. It does not require you to go to school. I was watching this one guy. He made a website on pest control. He's not a pest control person. He just made a website on pest control. And not only did he make the website, he sold it for $1 million. He sold it for $1 million. A pest control website, $1 million. It's ways to do website. If y'all ain't watched the other video, go watch it. But you can build websites. It don't require no schooling. If you want to learn how to build a website, I'll tell you how to build. I can show you. I put a video on my channel. I put a website on my channel. I put how to build a website on my channel. Canva, I think I'll make a good. Go ahead. I think you would too. I think you'll be great at anything you decide that you do. You just have to like decide to do it and go for it. I think you'll be great at the two area. But you can be a midwife. You ain't even got to be no OBGYN. I mean, not no OBGYN, but no anesthesiologist for OBGs. You can go be a midwife. That don't require, I mean, you do have to go to school, but it don't require the same amount of time, Ariel, and it definitely ain't gonna require the same amount of money, because even if you're getting a student loan, you got to pay it back. You can't get bankruptcy off of student loans. Trust me, I tried. They don't let you do it. Ain't no bankruptcies on student loans. You got to pay them. And my student loan wasn't even but nothing but $2,000, and they was like, nah, you paying that. Yeah, go ahead and do that, Ariel. Let me know how it goes for you. But yeah, you guys, that's all I got for you. What y'all think about this video? Please like it if you haven't liked it. Like it for me, because it really does help with the YouTube algorithm. I know y'all probably tired of hearing that on other YouTuber channels. Oh, here's one. Start a YouTube channel. Talk to you later. Start a YouTube channel, guys. Start a YouTube channel. I don't care what you got going on. Document it. Don't worry about how you see how I'm on here. Like, even though I feel like I'm the finest thing walking, but start your YouTube channel and start documenting like your struggles. Y'all see my YouTube channel is all over the place. I post whatever because this is a way to like it's like get the creative out and to see it. Once you start creating, then you can see what's going on. What's the greenery you said people grow and sell? Oh, microgreens. Microgreens. It's food. It's like when you get seeds. Okay, so imagine broccoli, and you got a whole bunch of broccoli seeds. But instead of you letting broccoli, it says love all the videos. Glad you go live because when you post, I used to comment and you never respond. I'm so sorry. I think let me tell you some of the comments I don't see them, and then I go back and watch the video on YouTube, and then it'll be like, oh, this was from 2 years ago. So that is like a thing. I don't know why they do that, but you know what, I like going live too because I like the interaction, and lately it's just giving me more stuff to talk to you guys about, and it's just like more downloads, more triggers. And I think this school one to me was sitting on my heart because people really think going to school is like gonna help, and it might. I'm not saying it won't, but you still got people that go to school and they graduate and then they go to work and they might not even enjoy what they went to school for. Like if you go to a nurse, if it's a nurse, oh my God, I got tongue tied. If it's a nurse, they might find out they don't like floor nursing, or they might not even really like doing that. They might not like it. Like it's plenty of surgical techs that don't like scrubbing. Plenty of them that don't like it. And then the environment is more of it's more politics when you're dealing with like hospitals and organizations. You got to play the game. If you don't know how to play the game, you're not gonna be like the favorite employee. So just be mindful of that. But I just wanted to share. Oh my God, he was calling me. I wanted to share this with you guys because I just think if we thought outside of the box a little bit more, then people would. I'm not saying don't go to school, you guys, but I'm just saying think about your reason on why you going to school. If you're going to school to make a better life for your family, I bet you can make a better life for your family hustling, and y'all gonna enjoy it more. You know what I'm saying? Instead of like you being stressed out because you got student loan debt, mortgage, car loans, and you got to go to work, and now you're working with a doctor that might have an attitude, or the nurse got an attitude because they all in debt too, and they stuck at the same job that you stuck at. So now everybody's stuck at this miserable ass job. Like, just think about it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd have been at several hospitals, and I done worked with several people, and it ain't enough happy people in them hospitals for me to want to do that for 20 something years. Like, they're not happy enough. They not really. Like, people are good at their jobs. I'm not saying people aren't good at their jobs, but people aren't happy. Like, that's the thing. Are you happy with what you do? Because happiness that's it. Like, being happy is the key. Like, I could make $1 billion, and if I'm making $1 billion digging ditches of sewer, like, I'ma hate it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that that's what the hospital is like. I'm just giving that to you as an example. So the money ain't it. I don't think school is the answer. I think the hustle is definitely the way to go. Hustle, hustle, hustle. Do everything that you like. And like I say, it's easy ways to monetize this stuff, you guys. You can do PayPal links to the object that you're trying to sell. You can do a Square. I have a Square account. Y'all know the Square that you swipe the card with. If you actually go to the Square website, they'll let you thank you for everything you're sharing. You're really, hold on, I can't see. Thank you for everything you share. You really a blessing to me. You've been opening my eyes. Thank you, honey. That's all I'm here for. Let me tell y'all, I do these videos because this is what I've been like guided to do. And I know that might sound like esoteric or whatever, but I just do what is laid on me. Like, if I just do what's laid on me, you guys. I just talk me and my I don't want to get all like spiritual, but this is all I know what to do. I just know I do what I know how to do, and then I share it if it worked for me. But I know working in a hospital for 15 plus years ain't it. I done did it. I ain't retiring from nobody hospital, but all the hospitals to me are the same when it comes down to when it's like how it's structured, constructed, out structure. We'll go with structure. And it's people going to work. It's still high turnover rates. Even if I was traveling, it's the same thing. Like, it's not all good traveling as a surgical tech because shoot, they gonna make you do more work as a traveler because they know you getting paid more. So it's one of them like, yeah, I'm getting paid more, but now they finna work me even harder. And so now I got to work harder to get this money because I got, I just would be careful with the school situation. I definitely would think outside of the box. Why do you want to go to school? Are you trying to go to school? Are you deciding to go to school because you want to make more money and you want to be able to have more resources for your family? Is that why you're going to school? Well, if that's the case, then I dare you to learn how to build a website and go sell it to one of these small business owners that need a website. Or I dare you to start a YouTube channel and record a video for 90 days, every day, 90 days on one topic. Show me how to make a sweater. Show me how to do whatever you know how to do. Because it's something, if you can do like woodworking, like I ain't good with, I want to learn how to do more like woodworking with like tools. It's stuff that people are great at. Just record yourself doing it and give it time. But if it's on YouTube, I say do it straight for 90 days and pick one topic. If you do like how I do on this channel, and it's gonna take you longer to get there. So YouTube works better if you pick one topic and you just go hard on that one topic, and then you just gonna start either making money from ads, or you'll start making money because you're selling something, a product, a service, and then people gonna start buying it from you. So YouTube, you don't have to have a certain amount of subscribers to start making money if you do like affiliate products. I talked about that in my other video. If you selling affiliate products, like this video, if I wanted to talk about just website building, then I would throw a link to how the company that I use to build my website. And when people start going, if I want to do that for 90 days, YouTube algorithm will start putting me to the top of the search list, a search thing or whatever, and then people will start coming to me and buying from me. Like, it's just so many ways to make money that school don't have to be it. Now, if you want to go to school because you feel like you need to have a master's or a bachelor's or a PhD in something, then by all means, this video is not for you because I am not that person. Like, if I could find a shortcut to get to where I'm trying to do it, not to be like shortcutting it, but if I can get to $100,000 a year without having to go work for somebody else, I'm gonna do that. Like, I'm not gonna go work for somebody else, go get a certification, do all of that to work for somebody else. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I think I'm done. If y'all don't have no questions, it's just two of y'all in here. And I don't even know how accurate this thing is, but I think that's all I got for you guys. This video an hour long. What I have been learning is that these don't post immediately. They take a little bit to post. The lives do for some reason. So my live earlier should be up. And then I'll go live again in the morning. So I'm trying to figure out where y'all at. I know most of y'all are going to be here in the afternoon because people are off work, but I like morning motivational things because people need, some encouragement to get their day started and some positivity. Because if you're finna go to work, like, let me shoot you with as much positivity before you get around one of your negative coworkers. You come back tomorrow, right? I'm coming back tomorrow. I'm on for 30 days. Y'all got me all this month. 30 days live. I might be able to do it twice a day. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it twice a day for 30 days and videos, but that's what I'm trying to do. But I know I'm here for 30 days live. That's what, instead of me doing Vlogmas, like, I was just like, Vlogmas I ain't doing no Vlogmas. I'm just gonna do a 30-day challenge because that's really all Vlogmas is. It's a 30-day challenge. And so I can come live for 30 days and just chop it up with you guys because I think this is way more beneficial for both of us. Because I'm feeding off of you guys, honestly. Like, we feeding off each other. Like, if I see you need something, and really what's happening is I'm listening to the questions and I'm like going back and dissecting them. Like, I'll go back later on tonight, I'll be sitting here watching something, and then I'll think about, oh, I should have told him about this, and then I'll write it down so I know in the morning this is what I want to talk about today. So that's how this worked, and I didn't realize this. I would have been going live way before if I would have just really known like how it was gonna work. So Yes, Queen, I love it. I love that you hear me. You guys, if you in here and you have not hit the like button, please hit the like button for your girl. I would greatly appreciate it. Yeah, that's really all I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, I'm not here to discourage anyone from going to school. I just want you to think outside of the box and realize that there is more to life than going to school and the military, because that's what I grew. That's my generation and the generations before that, and the generation before that, and before that, you know, like, that's what we've been taught to do, is to go to school and like go to the military if you don't want to go to school. Like, that's it. But with 2021 coming in, is way more ways. Let's get this internet money, honey. That's where it's at. That's where it's at. That's where the money at. And on the internet, you can sell stuff. You can sell your knowledge. Like, how cool is that to sell your knowledge? Like, I ain't even got to create a physical product. I could just like record a video and then sell it to people, because it's like I have an expert. I'm an expert in a certain field. So all I gotta do is record a video, put it on YouTube as unlisted, and then you can set, like, once people pay you for, like, let's just say you're gonna sell a webinar. We'll call it a webinar. We're gonna sell a webinar on how to knit sweaters, right? This is just an example. I'm gonna sell a webinar on how to knit sweaters. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go get my phone. I'm gonna open up YouTube. I'm gonna record the video, or not even open up YouTube. I'm gonna open up my camera. I'm gonna record the video. I'm gonna post it to YouTube, but I'm gonna post it private, right? Private, where my eyes can see it only. So then what you do is, then you take that link and go over to PayPal, and you grab your YouTube link and you put it in PayPal, and when people pay you, they get that link, and you ain't even had to really do nothing but make the video. Like, that's how simple it is. But you do have to promote it. So that's something different. That's what social media is for. Not to be on here like telling people your business, and you know your boyfriend cheated on you and not everybody know that. That ain't what Facebook really. Don't use it for that. Don't use Instagram just to be like, you know, trying to get people in your DMs. Don't use it for that. Get money. Don't get distracted on Facebook and Instagram. Get money on Instagram and Facebook. And that's how you do it. You grab, all you need is a link, you guys. And I say PayPal because most people know about PayPal. I use Square because Square, I was using Square as a cosmetologist with the swipe part, and then that's when I learned more about Square. But all you need is to be able to put your link somewhere and then have it to process have payment processing, and it's easy these days. And most companies, PayPal, Square, I think Stripe is one too, they all charge about the same amount of money to process the payment, and they don't charge you until you actually like sell something. So you don't have to worry about that. That's really all I have. But don't get distracted on those social media sites, you guys, because really, if you got 1,000 subscribers on your on Facebook and Instagram, you need to be selling them something. And I ain't talking about just selling them, just be selling them. I'm saying selling them something that's like of value. If you know that you can help somebody, then create a video, create a article. You can create an article on Google Docs, like I've said before, and it's free. And then you grab that Google Docs link. You grab the Google Doc link, and you can drop that Google Doc link on in the email, or not the email, but the PayPal or the Square or the Stripe. It's a way that you can do it in their back office. And then when people buying it, then you just sending them the same shit. Like, you ain't even got to make a new video unless it's updated, unless you need to update it. But this is just how people making money these days, guys. These coaching classes and all that stuff. They just selling their knowledge. You can sell your knowledge. Sell me your knowledge. If you somebody that can, like, if you good at cleaning up your house, like in organizing, show other busy moms how to stay organized. If you got a spreadsheet that does something for people, like, I don't really use spreadsheets, but I seen this one guy, he was selling spreadsheets. He was like selling them for $5. This other guy I watched, he create coloring books, activity books on his computer, like not using those like super techie software. So it's just coloring books, activity books. You can do so many things. I just want people to just stop thinking about like going to school, because school ain't the end all be all. And then you end up racking up all this student loan debt, and now you stuck in a job that you got to work because your student loan debt, you know, is out of deferment. So now you got to pay it. And which is not a whole bunch of money sometimes, right? You know, but if you got a mortgage, a car loan, car insurance, couple cell phones, couple kids, shoot, every little bit count. So I wouldn't go to school right now. I would get out here and hustle. I would hustle. I would sell. I don't care what it is. I wouldn't sell no, you know, sex. Well, shit, you can sell sex toys. If you got a sex toy at the house and you can get it from Amazon, and you know that toy gets you right, let's talk about it. You know, you might not want to put it on your YouTube, I mean, your Instagram and that like that if you don't want your mama to know about your sex toys, but sell. Don't sell your sex, but you can sell toys. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be out here like doing like, you know, ethical stuff on, but to each his own. Shoot, I ain't mad because the oldest business in America, probably in the world, is definitely prostitution. So if you want to sell, you know, if you want to be a prostitute, then that's, or not even a prostitute, but a cam girl, ain't that what they call cam girls? Because you just like naked on TV or whatever, or on camera. But you can sell toys. And you can sell a whole bunch of toys. You can sell toys for women. You can sell sex toys for men. You can sell sex toys for couples. I'm just giving y'all like ideas. I probably should start selling some sex toys because I know they sell, but that's just not something that I'm really into. But you can sell anything, you guys. Like, I'm just looking around my room right now, like these little humidifier things. I got this thing. You can sell these or the oils to go in them. It's just all kind of stuff you can sell. And you don't necessarily have to go to school to do that. If you're going to go into debt, I would go into business debt before I go into school debt, because at least you'll have a faster turnaround with your money. If you go to school, you got to finish the school. You got to graduate, complete the school. You got to go get a job, and then you got to start making the money, and you got to keep making the money. And now you got to do that too if you go start a business and then you start like buying houses and stuff on debt, on loan. I mean, yeah, getting loans and stuff. You still got to do that. But most people that are in business not out just getting mortgages and loans and stuff, because we already know that your money, you know, it fluctuates. So you kind of have to be careful on how much you're spending. But that's all I got for you guys, y'all. I'm hungry, so I'm finna go. I'm gonna go. If you have come in here and you enjoy any of this and you haven't hit the like button, please hit that like button, because it really means the world to me, you guys. It helps the YouTube algorithm, and I just appreciate each and every one of you guys for coming here. I'm gonna say that because I don't know if anybody told you today that they appreciate you, but if they haven't, I appreciate you. And if you want to come tomorrow, I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully the topic will be, you know, a little bit better. Not better, but it'll be something different. I don't know what it's going to be, because like I say, I just go with whatever my spirit tell me to go with. That's where we at. And so I'm trying to keep the vibes high, because it's no sense of me coming on here and adding like less value to the collective. Like, I want to bring value to people and not just be on here like for entertainment. Like, I'm not here to make you laugh. If you do laugh, that's great, but I'm here to give you this knowledge so you can get this money and so you can enjoy your life. And that's what it's all about, being happy. Not just getting money, being happy, because money don't make you happy. We already know that. I know plenty of people that's making a whole lot of money and they don't like their life. They don't like their, you know, husband, wife. They're just miserable. And so be careful with that, and be careful around people that's miserable, because that energy does rub off. So be around positive people. Stay positive. Don't, if you're around somebody that's negative, get the hell away from them. I promise you, because that is contagious. So I'll be back in the morning, you guys, with some type of morning motivation. I might try to get up a little bit earlier. I don't know. I was on by myself this morning, but I was okay with it. Because it was just like making a video at that point. But I'm gonna come in and do some morning motivation, because like I say, I can, and I know that it helped me when I get up in the morning and there's some positive, you know, information floating around. If I can connect with somebody saying, clearly y'all part of my tribe, because if not, you wouldn't be here. And yeah, so that's what I got for you. I appreciate you guys. I hope to see you tomorrow. Have a good evening, you guys. Bye.